Intrepido. That is Jeff Mullins. The most powerful past performances in horse racing, exclusively available on DRF.com. And so if anyone is going to challenge the 8 or the 7, could it be the 1?
It could, if there's a pace setup. Let's say it's just Brandt and Ted Noffey going into the first turn. Those guys aren't going to let each other go, so it could get a little quick, and the biggest beneficiary would be Intrepido.
Yeah, and here's another possibility. Let's suppose the odds are right and Ted Noffey is superior. If Brandt gets discouraged because he can't get past Ted Noffey or can't keep up with him, that opens the table for Intrepido to come from behind, pick up the pieces, and finish second.
The Hall of Famers looking on. Bob Baffert, Todd Pletcher with his binoculars.
And Peter Brandt was sitting in the box with Baffert and
Zidane.
Yeah. Yep.
All watching what is about to develop on the track with the call of the Juvenile. Let's get it to Larry Comas.
They're off in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. And they go right out to the front together. Brandt and Ted Noffey away 1-2. Mr. AP came out running in third. Then Comport, Litmus Test on the outside, and Intrepido is the trailer, and Brandt will be the leader, but Ted Noffey is not far behind. He's a half length behind on the outside, 7 furlongs from the finish. Now Brandt's going to get a little bit of daylight here and open up a length and a half. And then it's Mr. AP third, Litmus Test is fourth, 4 lengths off the lead just ahead of Comport and the trailer Intrepido. Brandt leads Ted Noffey onto the backstretch through a 23.46 quarter. A moderate tempo for this group as they continue their journey with 5 furlongs to go. And Mr. AP third on the inside. Litmus Test is fourth just outside of him. Then comes Comport. Intrepido is the trailer. These two favorites have been 1-2. They went 46.99 for a half mile. Flavien Prat and Brandt into the far turn. John Velasquez and Ted Noffey just a half length behind. And then it's Mr. AP third with 3 furlongs to go. Litmus Test is fourth, Intrepido and Comport around the far turn. Brandt and Ted Noffey, they have been together throughout, and now their noses apart. These two grays will come to the top of the stretch together in their bi-coastal battle, and they're into the stretch, and Ted Noffey has taken the lead from Brandt with 1 furlong to run. And then comes Mr. AP third, Ted Noffey there at the 16th pole. Brandt is not done yet. He's coming back. Ted Noffey, Brandt, Mr. AP's in it too. Here's the wire. Ted Noffey did it. Ted Noffey wins the Breeders' Cup Juvenile over Mr. AP. Brandt was third, and Litmus Test was fourth.
Well, that duel lived up to the hype here in the Juvenile. Your winner, East, Ted Noffey.
And it was a match race from the very beginning. John Velasquez chasing Flavien Prat on Brandt into the first turn. Never let him get out of his sights too much. He wanted to keep the pressure on the entire race. Then Ted Noffey drew abreast. Brandt didn't give it up easy. He fought back a little bit. But I think in the end, Ted Noffey was kind of playing around, and he just drew off when he needed it.
You knew it was advantage Ted Noffey at the quarter pole when Brandt began to be urged by Flavien Prat at that point.
Right.
And John Velasquez was just sitting there on Ted Noffey. And then there was that little moment of mid-stretch when Brandt either was gamely fighting back, or as Jerry pointed out, maybe Ted Noffey was just sort of distracted. He made the lead. He's kind of playing around a little bit. Made it close for a little while, but ultimately the favorite ends up being the best. And how about the big long shot? How about Mr. AP being within a couple of lengths of both of them at the wire?
But Randy, the way, and Ahmed, the way that Ted Noffey does it, he'll settle wherever you want. It looked like he was stretching it out at the wire. It leads you to believe that going longer next year for the Kentucky Derby and the Triple Crown races, he's a legitimate contender.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's get it down to the track now, and Donna.
Just talking with John Velasquez, doing all this while battling a cold. Also, John, are you feeling a little better now?
Yeah. It's the first time he idled like this. He's done it before, but then got to the 8 ball. I don't know if it was a shadow from the grass stand.
So you're saying he idled a little bit?
He idled. He went to almost a gallop, and then the horses came to him, and we broke again. But, man, I was surprised he did it that way.
Johnny, let's talk about your history with Todd Pletcher a little bit. If I mention the name Rare Rock, a horse named Rare Rock, does that mean anything to you?
Can you ask the question again?
Rare Rock, a horse named Rare Rock.
Yeah, I broke his maiden.
So that was 29 years ago, Todd Pletcher's 5th win in his life, and you're still riding for Todd Pletcher. Talk about that relationship.
And it's a blessing. It's a blessing from the sky, you know, that We clicked it together. I mean, we just started doing really, really well. He was picking up a lot of horses, so we grew up together basically in all the business. And the more he grew, got more horses, and the more opportunities we got together. So that's a blessing, I have to say. Though, no words to describe it for a couple. Oh, as a jockey and trainer, being together these many years, it's unheard of.
Thanks, Johnny. Congratulations. We're going to hear from that trainer now.
Thank you so much.
Donna thanks winning trainer Todd Pletcher. Todd, congratulations. A heavyweight fight among the juveniles there. You and Baffert back and forth.
Yeah, I mean, the race unfolded kind of like we thought it would. He put himself in a perfect stalking spot, and it looked like he idled maybe a little bit when he made the lead, and Brandt kind of fought back. I was getting a little nervous for a second there, but he kept finding a little more.
Did he find a gear you didn't know he had?
We were pretty sure he had it.
You trained him, you wanted to run at Keeneland to get that 2 turns in. Obviously, it seems to have paid off.
Yeah, I mean, what you worry about is, have you run too many times, and you want to make sure you get some experience but come in fresh. And, he's just a really good horse,
They like to say this is going to be the Derby favorite. Do you think that right now?
I would say he is for now.
You've got a tie on that's pretty special.
Yeah, I got this. Lori Lucas gave this is one of Wayne's ties after he passed away, and so yeah, I think this might be the first Breeders' Cup we've ever run without Wayne, and so he loved this event, and brings back some fond memories.
I tell you, Wayne would really appreciate you winning a juvenile race and looking ahead.
Absolutely, that's what he was always dreaming about: juveniles and Derby horses.
Congratulations, Tom.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to Brittany.
Kenny, thank you so much. I am with Ned Toffee, the namesake of Ted Noffee. I just saw you kind of soaking it all in, watching that replay over and over again. How special is this horse?
It's pretty special. He's just really a cool horse. He's a laid-back guy. He's talented. It was a fast pace. He was up on it. He took the lead impressively, and I thought they were going to come get him, and he just kind of kicked it back into gear. He's really something else.
What have you thought of this name taking on a life of its own?
Yeah, it's way beyond what we ever expected. I thought it was a fun name when we did it, but it's been nice to watch people's reaction to it, and it's people seem to be genuinely excited about it, so that's a great thing. But the most important, it's a great win for the farm, for Spendthrift, and it's really important for us. And he's locked up championship honors now, I think, so probably fair to say. So it's a great team win for Spendthrift, most of all.
100%. Big congratulations to you, Ned.
Thank you very much.
Ahmed?
All right, Brittany, thank you. Ned will be called Ted now for the rest of his life. Back and forth. He'll still get some correct pronunciations of his name, but a huge win for multiple reasons. That is number 5 in this race now for Todd Pletcher.
Tying him with his mentor, Wayne Lucas, one behind Bob Baffert. And natural pessimists might see Mr. AP that close to the top 2 and wonder how fast the race was. But it was a second and a half faster than the juvenile fillies ran at the same distance. So I think it's going to be a pretty good race.
Idled a bit too, so perhaps we have not even seen the best from Ted Noffee, and so this was a very impressive showing for a 2-year-old that has a world championship and a bright future. The East Coast contingent on their feet. Ned Toffee, Ted Noffee, both victorious.
It's good.
Deep in the heart of